Warning ex-strangers, from the beginning of this vlog, you might learn something. Promising something when you're drunk, not something you'll usually hold up to. And welcome to Prancing in Prague, day 3. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Prancing through Prague. Now, as you guys are well aware, since Purity Rain and Bob the Clown did such a good job in explaining, I forgot my cable in the first hostel. Now, what happened was I went back to there, and they didn't find it. So they suggested, and I thought that could be right, that I lost it somewhere inside my luggage, that I didn't put it in its place or something. So I went back to my hostel, and I looked in further, and I still didn't find it. And I was gonna come back today, but then, last night, at the pub crawl, I stumble into a guy who was my dorm mate. And he says to me, "Hey man, I just took your cable. I saw it and put it at the reception." And I was like, "Oh my god, no way!" And I hugged him, and all that stuff. After that, from the pub crawl, like 3 in the morning, I went back to the old hostel that I was at and tried to retrieve my cable, but the guy at the reception still didn't have it. Now I'm confused. So he said he'd leave a note for the guys in the morning, and I should come by again, which is what I'm gonna do now. And most of this day is actually a salvaging mission, because it's not just to salvage my lost cable, but get this, in the pub crawl. The first one we were at, I forgot my favorite sweater. And when I tried to get back there, they were already closed. I'm gonna try to retrieve that later today when they open again. Now I of course need to tell you about the Prague pub crawl. This was one of the best pub crawls I've ever been on, and I'm not just saying that because there was a girl who was willing to make out with me. Even though technically it wouldn't be very fair to judge pub crawls like that, because most pub crawls I've been on, I was not single at the time. But the bigger reason is that it was pure awesome. Now here's the thing, pub crawls, for the most part, I will go back to my hostel in the same amount of drunkenness. The question is, how much fun did I have and how much did it cost me? So far, I think the most cost-effective pub crawl I've been on was one in Valencia. It was cheap entrance. I think it was like €9 for the pub crawl itself, and each place gave you one drink or something like that. I think I bought one drink in the pub crawl besides just the ticket for the pub crawl yesterday in the pub crawl in Prague. It is not a cheap pub crawl. It is like 18 euros. I'm talking about the New Europe pub crawl. There are a lot of pub crawls here. If you buy in advance, you get €15, which is what I did. The reason it's worth it is because this is the deal. Start at 8:30 and you have 2.5 hours of a free open bar. Beers, wines, cocktails, absinthe free for 2.5 hours. You leave the first bar wasted. And at every new club you get to, you get a free shot. After getting the ticket itself, I did not need to buy anything. I just got drunk in the first place, then walked drunk to the next place, got a shot to keep me there, then got to the third place, but there was a girl attached to me, so from that point, so I don't really remember what happened next. Dun 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 dun. This is important. We have found it. I'm gonna go edit my first video. I'll see you guys after I do that. I just had myself some lunch, and also for the first time right now I had a Pilsner. The thing is, I've had Czech beers here and outside, so I just said, you know, let's just try this other beer, which is advertised everywhere. And I love Czech beer, but this thing was shit. I'm going back to the Old Town Square, maybe try to retrieve my sweater, because I love that sweater. At this time, I would like to thank Purity Rain and the Bob the Clown for covering for me when I couldn't upload any videos. Thank you guys. Annotations with their channels in the corners if you haven't done it with their videos. For some reason, that would be weird. I loved both of your videos. I laughed so hard. We didn't find the sweater. I'll miss you, sweater. Well, this is a bit of an uneventful day. To be honest, I'm kind of tired. This was a pretty good third day, just not an amazing third day in Prague. Prague is a very small place, so I barely took out my map to walk around this time because I already got the lay of the land more or less. It's a good thing that I'm tired now actually, because hopefully I'll sleep very soundly on the plane, and then I'll wake up tomorrow for my school day happy and sunshiny. Ooh, look at that. So indeed, it's not even 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is the end of Prancing Through Prague. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome life. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Prancing through Prague.